Hi everyone, it's Lisa. It's August the 6th. Welcome back. I've got just a quick 5-minute video to share with you about God's humor. He's a God of love and a God of mercy and forgiveness and of justice, but he's also a God of humor. If you read his word, you'll find out so much about his character. And anyhow, in this story I want to share with you comes from 1 Samuel chapter 5, where you have Israel and the Philistines in battle together. And the Philistines win, and they end up taking the Ark of the Covenant as their prize, as their spoil. Now, the Ark of the Covenant is what housed the 10 Commandments, the 2 tablets of stone that are in there, as well as Aaron's rod. And it also symbolized the very presence of God to have the Ark of the Covenant. Well, the Philistines take it, they put it in their temple, and they put it at the foot of the statue of their god named Dagon. I think he was referred to as the fish god. So here they take the Ark of the Covenant, they put it there, showing the victory, that Dagon was more powerful than the Israelites' God. And so they were worshiping a statue, basically an idol. So the first morning after they put it there, they go into the temple to find the statue of Dagon has fallen face down, like done a face plant in front of the Ark of the Covenant. It looks like Dagon is worshiping God, the Ark of the Covenant. And God himself fixed their idol worship, and in a very humorous way, by having Dagon look like he's worshiping him. Well, they just figure, Dagon, the statue probably fell over, so we'll put him back up on his feet. And the next morning, guess what happens? They go back in there. Not only had Dagon fallen down again, face forward, or, in that direction to the Ark of the Covenant, but his head had fallen off or been removed, as well as his hands. And they were in the doorway of the temple. So when they walked in, that's what they first saw, Dagon's head and his hands. And removing the hands and the head back in Old Testament days was a common sign that the enemy was dead. So in 1 Samuel 5:5, it tells us that from then on, when the priests went in, they wouldn't go near this Dagon, God, idol, whatever you want to call it. Basically, it was just his torso that was left. And God wasn't done, though, yet. So the people in Ashdod, in the city, they start getting these mysterious boils, and they get really sick, and people start dying. And they realize, okay, we need to get rid of this Ark of the Covenant. So they send it on down the road to the next town. Well, the people in that town end up getting sick with the same thing, and they start dying. And so they send it on. It's like a game of hot potato with the Ark of the Covenant. And so like Dagon, the idols we have will come down too. The idols, whatever they may be, whether we make our job an idol, or wealth, or status, maybe it's our children or our spouse, or any kind of false god, anything that we put in place of God that is more important than him is an idol, and it never will sustain you and bring you the joy that you think it will. It can never sustain us. It's only in the surrender of Jesus, who's the way, the truth, and the life, that we will find peace and live a life free from the lies that we are told. And God is a jealous God. You might have read that in scripture, and what that's saying is that he wants a relationship with us so much. And he's so jealous when we sit there and we're on social media 24/7, or we're watching television, and we're hanging out with our friends, or whatever it is we're doing, and we're not spending a minute with him. We're just into our stuff and our people and our friends, and he wants our whole heart. And so we set aside God to put our focus on the stuff that he has given us. Stuff can be material stuff or friendship stuff, people stuff. And so we focus on the created rather than the creator. We focused on the gift rather than the gift giver. And so it's like your mom when you were a kid and she gives you a gift, and you're so excited, and you run into the corner and you're playing with that gift. Maybe it's a PlayStation or whatever it might have been that you loved back then, or a Barbie, and you're playing with that gift 24/7. It's new, you're so excited, and you completely ignore your mom, and she wants to spend time with you, but you're so wrapped up in the gift that you forget about the gift giver, and you're worshiping the gift. And so it's kind of like that with God. So, and I think sometimes in that situation, maybe your mom might be sorry she ever gave you that gift because you're so wrapped up in it. And so God is the same way. And he wants us to enjoy what he gives us and the things around us and the people, but not when it becomes so important to us that it's more important than him. So don't prop up your idol, whatever it is. And if you've ever heard of the definition of insanity, it's doing the same thing twice and expecting a different result. And so the Philistines kept propping up their idol, Dagon, their god, thinking he just fell over. We got to put him back up so that he's more powerful than the Israelite God. But it didn't change. And so we have to stop propping up our idols because they're going to keep falling. And eventually God may take them from you. We often keep clinging to our idols when God's trying to remove them. So it's time maybe to pry your fingers open and let go of what you need to let go of. Let them go and make room for God, who loves you so much and he wants a relationship with you. So stop filling your time with other stuff that never truly will satisfy you, and spend time with the Lord, whether that's in prayer, read his word, go to worship on Sunday mornings, get plugged in at a church. But God is a jealous God and he's after your heart. But he also, like today, has a humorous side. And so I hope that you learned something from the life of the Philistines and this Dagon God. Go back to 1 Samuel in chapter 5 and read about it. And I pray that you will grow in your relationship to God and you will set aside the idols and make time for him. Thanks for listening.